Good morning. Welcome to the work session for June 7th, 2023. Before we start, Gina, would you introduce your new secretary so everybody knows? Sure. Welcome, Courtney.
Welcome.
And everybody knows Terry didn't go too far. She's just down the hallway. If you miss Terry, you can go see her Stephanie's office. So, yeah. All right, we'll start with the district attorney.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Paula.
I'd like to ask to ratify the purchase of the 6-inch wooden desk from A&G Office Furniture for $799. And we split the shipping costs three ways for $248.33 for a total for the district attorney's office $1,047.33.
Any questions for Paula?
You had mentioned that you're replacing a desk that was 30 years old, something like that?
Yeah, it was, we were using a table, so
Okay.
we had to replace a desk that basically fell apart.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a nice, it's all wood, no particle board, so it was,
Okay.
thanks to Stephanie, because she found that, and she's been doing a great job with, finding used, it's a used desk, it's not new, it's used, but it's in great shape, and
Okay.
appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Very good.
Public safety. Morning, Greg.
Morning,
Greg.
We need to ratify the purchase of 25 batteries for our backup power supplies at various tower sites. The final portion of that project is going to be $8,323.75 for Mobilcom.
What's the battery life like? How long does it last when you lose power? Do you know?
They're like on a 5-year replacement. But we are actually going to probably make a transition over to
The
generators
generators,
at some
okay.
of those sites to just avoid that.
Okay.
And we're also looking to approve the release of the retainage of $9,528 to Gildea's. Their work is verified complete by the project engineers at the Cruiser Road site.
Okay. Questions for Greg?
Nope.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
The courts?
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
We're requesting to ratify the purchase of 2 5-drawer Hallworth lateral file cabinets at $337 and 1 bookcase at $169 to A&G Office Furniture for a total with prorated shipping of $1,095.03.
Okay.
And I apologize, I am filling in. I'm not sure if this is a ratify or approval for the payment of the $250 to Alliance of Therapy Dogs for adding Crawford County Commissioners as a named insured on a 1-year policy with Wyoming Farmers Union Services.
We can find out.
I think I have Gina.
Remember the conversation that we had, and I've got all the documentation here.
Between now and next week.
I have the purchase request, I'm not sure if they were.
I do have an invoice.
Okay.
Is it in place yet, or would this be invoiced ahead of time? We can find out.
We can, yeah, I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Care Center?
Morning, Tanya.
Morning, Tanya.
Request to approve the $936.29 invoice with Absolute Fire Protection to inspect the sprinkler system and repair the backflow preventers.
Okay. Any questions?
Request to approve the revised contract with Post Acute Analytics, Inc., also known as ANA. And this is for proprietary care transition payer management software. And we added Highmark. No fees are associated with the contract. And request to ratify the $2,129 invoice with Rabe Environmental Systems to repair and replace the heat exchanger number 1 as part of the roof replacement project.
Okay.
And request to ratify the $2,643 invoice with Rabe Environmental Services to repair and replace heat exchanger number 2 as part of the roof replacement project.
Okay.
approve the contract with Healthcare Ventures Alliance, Senior Living Alliance for admission to membership in the corporation for access to discounted pricing on products and services.
Any questions for Tanya? Thank you, Tanya.
Okay, thank you.
Planning?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Zach.
Morning, Zachary.
I've got the marathon today, so we'll try to get
See
through
that.
as quickly as
Holy
possible.
cow.
Trying to keep up with service.
First item we're gonna ask for is approval to pay an invoice from HRG in the amount of $20,986.25. This is for their April engineering services on our ARC project. It's paid for out of the ARC grant.
Okay.
That we also are asking for approval to pay an invoice to Pashik MTR in the amount of $8,155 for their engineering services for the Edmire Complex development project in Titusville. It's paid for out of the City of Titusville's 2020 CDBG contracts.
Okay.
We're seeking approval for the third invoice from Stifler McGraw in the amount of $7,156.50. This is for their engineering services on the Church Run flood mitigation plan, and it's paid for out of the City of Titusville's CDBG 2021 program.
Okay.
The next two are paying two different invoices from Dynasty Construction Inc. for the Heidi Cooper Park restroom project. They're both being funded out of the CDBG CV1, but because they're two different invoices, we separated them out. The first one is going to be seeking approval for $10,494, and the second one is for seeking approval for $2,465. That will complete that project.
Okay.
The next item we're asking for is approval to pay an invoice for Design Lab Architects. It's in the amount of $560.80. Excuse me, these are for their April services for the Meadville Market House Plan. It's paid for out of the City of Meadville's 2021 CDBG program.
Okay.
We are also seeking a partial payment for, or a partial payment from the Fuller Home Building in the amount of $40,948. This is for the Crawford County Coalition on Housing Needs roof repair project on South Main Street. It's paid for out of the City of Meadville's CDBG program, and it's a partial payment because it's being split between their 2020 CDBG and then the next item, which is a total of $81,132 for the same project, is being paid out of CDBG CV1.
Which structure is this?
It's the emergency shelter on South Main.
Okay.
So, the item I, we're asking for the final invoice for the Fuller Home Building Inc. invoice in the amount of $26,560. This is for Heidi Cooper, and is also paid for out of CDBG CV1 for the City of Meadville. We are seeking approval for an invoice from Porter Consulting Engineering in the amount of $19,875. This is for their May engineering and design services associated with the Heidi Cooper project, and it's paid for out of the City of Meadville CDBG CV3 grant. We are also seeking approval to pay application to LP Electric LLC in the amount of $6,000 for Heidi Cooper's restroom renovations, and it is covered out of the City of Meadville's CDBG CV1 program. There were three subs or primes on the Heidi Cooper project. That's why we have so many here. Finally, we're asking for ratifying payment to Starlink in the amount of $53,460 for the standard Starlink subscription of a 6-month for 81 units. This is paid for out of the ARPA program, and some of those units are already being sent to the houses. I think about 42 of them or so have signed up and are being sent directly. We're also asking for ratifying a payment for GoDaddy.com LLC in the amount of $42.34. This was to purchase a web page domain for the county's comprehensive plan project, and is paid for out of the state facility transition closure program. And then finally, we're asking to ratify a purchase for 2 Dell monitors and a computer with a bunch of letters there, for the amount of $2,021.04 for our housing coordinator, who will be joining us mid-month here. IT has done the quote on these, and we are asking to acquire that. It's paid for out of the grant program, the whole home repair program. Any questions?
Any questions for Zach?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Zachary.
IT?
Morning, Tim.
Not yet, Mark.
IT's here seeking to ratify the use of the fiscal year 2022 state and local cybersecurity grant program to pay for the county's Albert Sensor, which is our intrusion and detection service, and CoFence, which is our security awareness training, until November 11th of 2026 at no cost to the county.
Any questions for Tim? Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
JPO? Morning.
Morning.
I am asking for approval of an extended warranty and support service agreement. This agreement is with BI Incorporated in the Juvenile Probation Department, in which we get our electronic equipment from. This is in the amount of $2,298.33, and this is budgeted in our county budget to cover the cost for 10 Home Guard 2020 units. This cost will help cover supplies needed for the equipment and any maintenance, repair, or replacement of equipment that is necessary. Our department is seeking to hopefully secure funding next year through our needs-based budget for future funding, but we would like to get this approved today.
Any questions?
You need a ratification, or can you wait till next week for approval?
Next week is fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. County maintenance?
Where you
Morning,
been?
Mark.
Excited to get up here. Asking to ratify approval to pay invoice for the courthouse remodeling project, the HVAC project, for $160 to Powell's Portable Toilets. Approval to pay Accessibility Advantage, Ameriglide, to install a new wheelchair lift here in the assembly room at the courthouse for $16,345. Approval to pay Brian Noah, project manager for professional services, from May 1st to May 30th of 2023 for $1,368. Asking to ratify approval of invoices from the remodeling project for voter services, the Height Company for $264.50, and Home Depot for $84.99.
Okay.
Asking to ratify approval of invoices for remodeling project for the Treasurer's Office remodel, to fine print for $32.
Okay.
Ask approval to pay Canada Security to install 2 cameras at the courthouse for the ADA ramp for $930.
Okay.
Asking approval to purchase a pallet jack from Granger. This is for, out of the Renewed Life Haven for $662.72, and this will be paid for with Human Services. Asking approval to pay A.W. Farrell and Sons for application 1 to replace the flat roof at the Crawford County Care Center for $184,919.04.
Discount.
Asking approval to pay Stan Tech for professional services for the Crawford County Care Center roof replacement for $6,393.93. Those are two separate bills. Approval to pay Mark Johnson to replace a pole and lights at the fairgrounds for $3,585. And asking approval to pay Canada Security for the final 50% payment to install 5 cameras at the fairgrounds for $2,330.
Any questions from Mark? Thank you, Mark. Human Services? Morning, Sue.
Morning, Sue.
I'm requesting approval of the EI I&E report for fiscal year 21-22. The EI program's total expense of the year was $660,291.45. The cost to the county for the EI program was $44,846.45. The total carryover for 21-22 was $118,629.24. Requesting approval of the Human Services Block Grant I&E report for fiscal year 21-22. The total cost to the county was $242,334. The Human Services Block Grant report shows retained revenue of $213,205. The retained revenue for fiscal year 21-22 will be used in fiscal year 22-23 for funding existing or new programs within the Human Services Block Grant programs. Requesting approval of the MOUs and transportation plans for Commodore Perry School District, Crawford Central School District, and Greenville School District. These transportation procedure agreements ensure that the respective school districts and CYS work together to design a local transportation plan for foster care children enrolled in the school district. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to CDW Government for a scanner for the file room. This is a replacement item and is not budgeted. The total cost is $979.99. The cost to the county is $199.80. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Crawford Central School District for April educational transportation costs. These costs are paid via the ESSA grant. The ESSA grant is for the children who are placed outside of their home school districts and wish to continue attending school in their district. The cost is split 3 ways between CYS, the placement school district, and the home school district. The total cost of R3rd for April is $552.13. The cost of the county is $110.43. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Howicks for repairs on car number 23 that were needed for inspection. The total cost is $922.07. The cost to the county is $177.57. Requesting to ratify payment to Keymark IMR for on-base maintenance and hybrid extended support fees. We're asking to ratify in order to avoid late fees. The total cost is $1,416.80. The cost to the county is $208.10. This is a budgeted item. Requesting to ratify payment to LB Smith Ford for the purchase of a vehicle for our Boundary Spanner program. The total cost is $32,110. The cost to the county is $1,714.32. This is a non-budgeted item. We're utilizing retained revenue for the purchase. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Leonard's Auto for repairs to car number 32 that were needed for inspection. The total cost is $2,841.25. The cost to the county is $547.16. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to McCandless Ford for repairs to car number 28 for steering gear replacement. The total cost is $2,038.91. The cost to the county is $392.65. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to the Meadville Western Crawford County Chamber of Commerce for 1 CYS staff to attend Leadership Meadville for the fall semester. The total cost is $1,000. The cost to the county is $227.70. This is a budgeted item. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Redwood Toxicology Laboratories for drug testing supplies. The total cost is $1,685.50. The cost to the county is $383.79. This is a budgeted item. Requesting approval of the fiscal year 23-24 CYS JP contract with Jefferson County Juvenile Detention Center. The Jefferson County Juvenile Detention Center is located in Ohio. It's a 20-bed secure detention center for both boys and girls age 10 and older. The rate is significantly lower than other contracted detention centers. The rate and language are the same as the prior year. Requesting approval of the fiscal year 23-24 CYS JP contract with Parkside Psychological Associates for CART, trauma therapy, groups, court testimony, team meetings, risk evaluations, sexual offender polygraphs, ABLE assessments, and trauma training. Requesting approval of the fiscal year 23-24 contract with Parkside Psychological for CART, trauma therapy, team meetings, risk evaluations for mental health and ID, sexual offender polygraphs, ABLE assessments, and staff trauma consults. And last, I have the same rates as prior year contracts. The CYS JP contract with BDM Sisters Group for group home intervention specialist transportation and 1 session of therapeutic riding. And professional contracts with sign language interpreting professionals for interpreting services, mileage, and parking. Titusville Area Hospital for mobile psych nursing, wellness visits, individual, group, family therapy, and nursing assessments, and Watson Pepicelli for mental health hearing services.
Any questions for Sue? Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Finance?
Good morning.
Morning,
Thanks,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
For your approval, I have invoices totaling $201,276.27. The first is to Community Health Services. It's the MATP April 2023 trips reimbursement for the fiscal year 22-23. Invoice number 163 in the amount of $52,083. That comes from the Human Services Block Grant. Next is also to Community Health Services. It's the 2022-2023 driver retention and hiring bonus in the amount of $63,019 from the Human Services Block Grant. Thirdly is to HSBG EI. It's the 2023 match for fiscal year 22-23 quarter 3 for MHID EI in the amount of $63,447.91. That comes from MHID. Next, we have payee is Early Intervention, EI. It's the 2022 match for fiscal year 21-22, quarter 4, Early Intervention, in the amount of $14,526.36, and that comes from the MHID. We have also one to Crawford County Scuba Team. It's the 2023 budgeted allocation in the amount of $6,000. That comes from the General Fund Public Safety. And lastly, we have the PA Friends of Agriculture. It's the Ag Lab sponsorship for Sagertown Elementary. And the dates they visited were 5/22 to 5/25 of 2023. Invoice number 5181 in the amount of $2,200, and that comes from our ARPA revenue replacement. And then for ratification, I have invoices totaling $735,241.74. The first is to P-CHIP. It's our June 2023 health insurance premium, invoice number 129849-0, in the amount of $734,143.41. That comes from insurance premiums. And also to A&G Office Furniture. It is for used office furniture for the finance office, a desk for our new employee, in the amount of $1,098.33, and that comes from our finance capital line item. And lastly, for ratification, I am asking to change the name of the position of accounts payable clerk to accountant software specialist, effective 6/5/2023.
Are we freezing the other one or just the other position?
We can freeze it, we can eliminate it, whatever.
This is the one we've talked about, right?
This
I mean,
is the
that-
one
this
we
is-
talked about.
We're just now getting around to doing it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. We're realigning things to what their actual duties are at this point.
Okay, I'd be fine with eliminating it then if it's,
Okay,
You
that's
just want-
fine with
okay.
me.
That would be good with me as well.
okay. All right, one question on the driver retention. Those are Meadville Medical Center driver, community health drivers?
Correct.
And
They
did they dole that out on mileage or do they,
It looks like they based it on trips. So
Okay.
the number of trips that were made by each driver, they got a certain amount of
Okay.
money based on that.
okay, thanks. Commissioners?
Okay, first we have an Act 14 notification from Vernon Township Sewer Authority for permit renewal of the Fredericksburg wastewater facility. You wanna try the next one? Okay.
And then we have Act 14 notification from Mark J. Corey and Associates for Powell Road Culvert Replacement Project in East Fairfield Township.
Okay. Upcoming events, the next full session will be June 14th, followed by the work session on June 21st. Just a early note, the courthouse will be closed on June 15th and one half of the day on June 16th as we upgrade our electrical system here at the back parking lot. There'll be a change over to the new vault, and Chris will be sending out a press release here soon about that. But we are working through the departments to determine how that looks, but that's the best way for us to get through that electrical upgrade. We need that anyways for future expansion and for the HVAC system. We knew that going in. We were just getting to the point we had to get it done, so. Any public comment? Commissioner comments, Commissioner Weiderspan.
I have nothing other than just to clarify, the half-day on Friday will be closed the first half of the day and open at 1 o'clock for the public.
There you go. Commissioner Saw.
Nope, nothing today.
Okay, we'll see you next week. Thank you.